Hello everybody, welcome to my channel and another video on post knowledge. If you're watching this, don't click away. You're going to see some very interesting stuff. Because our videos lately have not been gaining many views, but never mind. Look at this picture. You see 1, 2, 3 people. But only one of them matter. Actually, they are the same people. The middle one. Who is this? What is his name? Who is he? Oh yes. His name is Charles. Look at this picture. Looks like fighting. Doesn't look very nice. Looks like some war. And let me tell you that this person, caused this war. And this war defeated this person because this person wanted this war to win this war, and this person wanted to make this war happen, and this war said no to this person, and this person was executed because of this, and this marked the end of this person. Because this person wanted this, and this said no to this. And end of this is because it's simple, right? This person, Charles I, actually caused the English Civil War. The English Civil War said, no, bro, you're not winning this. And Charles I lost his head. Being the only English monarch to do so. So, to sum up, Charles I. I'm going to make 2 videos about him. This is the first you're watching now. The second video will come up in any days. It might have even come up now when you're watching this, but never mind. But how did Charles I cause the English Civil War that led to his downfall? Was he that just? Was he a capable ruler? Or was he a tyrant? Was he unlucky because his history was written by people who were after him, Oliver Cromwell and those parliamentarians and Puritans who did not like the king? Or was he simply bad, according to the history books that were noted? Let's dive back into history and learn about Charles I. Your name is Charles. It is 1625. Your father is named James I. Oh, sorry, he died. Your brother is something Henry. Oh, sorry, he died. But this is something to be happy. Because your father is the king, and now you're the heir! Charles I became mayor in 1625 after James I and his brother's death. His older brother's death. So he was not on spare anymore, he was the heir. Charles I actually seems to be different from James actually, because he argued with his father about many things. War, peaceful Europe, how to treat Parliament, but you remember James I, right? Had a loving nature, very nice person. That's one side, not very good ruler of England. Well, he was okay. Well, he was a bit scruffy. He was a bit foolish. Nearly got blown up. Tried to have good relationship with Parliament, did not. Had to try good relationship with church, did not. But he did believe in something. And this was the only thing, or probably the only thing, that Charles I agreed with. The divine rights of kings! And of course I've talked with you last video, if you saw it. The divine right of kings literally is absurd. Most people, do you believe it? Well, that's completely fine, I respect it. But I don't really think it's that legitimate, even for Christians. It literally means that a king is appointed by God, and he can do no wrong, and he can do whatever he wants. Just telling you. This also could only mean one thing. Charles did not go on well with Parliament. So Charles I, just to tell you what Parliament did at the time, Parliament could make laws, discuss wars, and raise taxes. Only legally could raise taxes. Parliament wanted to help the king, but the king said, no, Parliament, you have to serve and obey me. But, of course, Charles I argued with Parliament day and night, and there was only probably one thing he could do to win against Parliament. Dissolve it. So there was this dissolve button that Charles had, and dissolving it, which meant, like, I'm not calling you back again. Like, you can't just blow the place up, you can't blow Westminster up. But what you did was you said, I'm not calling you back again, Parliament. Goodbye, dissolving you. That's exactly what dissolving meant. Not like blowing up a place, which would have been actually more awesome. But just making sure, there was this original Parliament. They disagreed with Charles, dissolved it. There was this new Parliament, and he dissolved it. There was this new Parliament which lasted for 3 weeks, and he dissolved it. And he reigned for 11 years and said, we need a new Parliament. Oh my goodness, I'm dissolving it. Where's the dissolving button? Oh, I lost it when going to the toilet. Damn. So, Charles I was unable to dissolve Parliament because he had gone too far. He could dissolve it like at any moment, but it was too late. And he died. Because of it, but never mind. That's what we know for the next video. Why did Charles dissolve Parliament? Like, if you're Charles I, Parliament wants to help you, and you keep dissolving it. Why? Like, are you a lunatic? No, because there's obviously a reason why you dissolve Parliament, because they're annoying you. The thing that annoyed Charles I was taxes and money. Why did Charles I need money? Because, well, it goes back to a new prayer book he introduced to the Scots. At that time, English people were Anglican, perfectly normal. Anglican, the same. And the Scots believed in Protestantism, which is fine. Fine to me. Anglicanism is actually a branch of Protestantism. But the Scots were very angry. They said, Charles I is trying to bring Anglicanism to Protestantism, although Protestantism is literally Anglicanism, with some different features, like whether you should have bishops. So Charles I said, well, we should have bishops. The Scots were like, no, we shouldn't have bishops. Charles I said, like, we should have bishops. Scots were like, no. Charles I was like, fine, then I'm going to fight you. So he led an army. He didn't lead the army. Like, there was an army commander that led the troops to Scotland, starting the First Bishop War. Charles I lost because the army commander fled, and started the Second Bishop War and lost again. And the Scottish army was advancing to England and even nearing York. Charles was like, fine. I give you a budget of lots of money. Please retreat back to the border. The Scots were like, fine, as long as you give them money. And Charles I was like, well, advisors, give him the money. Sire, you're bankrupt. Charles I did not have the money to give Scotland, so he should raise taxes. Mr. Advisor, call to England that I am making taxes of 5% income rate. Sorry, sire, but only Parliament can raise taxes and make taxes. You cannot do that legally. Now you have reigned without Parliament for probably 6 or 7 years. It'll be 11 years. Make sure of that. Well, you have not ruled with Parliament, so you actually cannot legally make taxes nor raise taxes. So what are you going to do about that, Charles I, Mr. King? Well, I suppose I'll just... Wait, raising taxes is illegal? Yes, illegal, sire. But I am the law! How can I make something illegal? I am the law! Sorry, sire, but it seems that Parliament is the law. They make the laws. And it was true, because technically Parliament was the law. They made all the laws, and Parliament was not willing to change the law. Charles I was said, damn it, wait, but I have one stratagem. Although Charles I could not raise taxes legally by himself. He could collect urgent bits of money for urgent crises, for example, if there was war. So he decided to make this a tax. Hello, Mrs. Peasant. I'm your local tax collector. There's a little bit of meager raises of taxes. Wouldn't you mind? I wouldn't mind at all. I had a great harvest. Okay, so what are the taxes? Okay, there's your normal 5% income tax. Okay. There's also this ship tax because you live near the sea. See, the soldiers are protecting you. There's Spanish invasions and French invasions and invasions from all of Europe. They're trying to come to England, but the soldiers are defending you, so you are still alive, which is great. A brilliant and glorious thing, but you still have to pay some tax for it. Okay, I understand. Well, I'm still helping the king this way. How many windows do you have in your house? 2. Why? Okay, there's going to be a tax for that. Yes. How many children do you have? Yes. 4. Why? There's going to be a tax for that. Yep. How many tons of salt do you have? 2.5 tons. Why? Any other salt? 1.5 tons for next year. There's going to be a tax for that. What do you use your salt for? Preserving food. Yep, there's going to be a tax for that. Do you have a husband? Yes, I'm not a widow. My husband's of great strength. Yes, there's going to be a tax for that. And you, watching this video and laughing, there's going to be a tax for that. Tax, 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 tax. Just tax. Everybody. This was Charles I's strat. Tax everybody, and it seemed to work, but no. He did not have enough money to go to Scotland, and the only thing he did was convince people, made people's lives worse, and made people think, are my money going to the goodwill of God? Yes, I would think so. But no. Charles I used it all to get to Scotland, or to use it on his own warfare, trading with French Louis XIV of France, trading with Spain, fighting all over, and oh no, sire, you have no money left. Probably time to recall Parliament. Why not? Well, I want to see the old faces of them. Haha. They're going to praise me for my 11 years reign. No! Sorry, sire. They called it the 11 years tyranny. Parliament was recalled back, but they did not elect Charles I. Instead, they did not even allow him to raise taxes. What they said was, Charles I, you are a bad ruler. You're a ruler. You suck so much. You made England worse. You collect so much taxes. You fought against Scotland. And they made a list of complaints against the king. Charles was like, enough of that, I'm going to arrest you. So he literally brought men into Parliament and wanted to arrest 5 members. Sorry, Mr. King, but they've already fled 2 hours ago. Damn no. So, Charles I failed to kidnap the men, but he did succeed in one thing. He convinced everybody that he was a tyrant. Or most people, I mean. This was too much for Charles. Charles was like, Parliament, damn you. I'm going to fight you then. So Charles I went up north from London to places like Northampton to gather his troops, went along York, etc. And completely ignored the Scots and Ireland. Like, he completely ignored them. And they're not going to be of much use. Well, Parliament gathered his army in the southeast and the northwest part. Royalists, or the King's Army, and the southwest southeast, the northwest the Royalist Army, or the King's Army, and the southeast Parliamentarian, or Parliament's Army, gathered and began to fight the war. Parliamentarians and Royalists, they invented names to insult each other. Royalists called the Parliamentarians Roundheads for their not stylish fits, and parliamentarians called the royalist cavaliers, which is a Spanish word meaning forgot, and it literally wants to show that the royalists are barbarians. But who supported both sides? Well, for the royalists, the king, the lord, and even the merchants and the workers under the lords, because the lords just brainwashed them and said, look. The king is God. The king is appointed by God. So, if you fight against the king, you're fighting against God. Alright, then enough fight for the king. Wait a moment. What about all the tax they take from me? The parliamentarians were mostly consisted of parliament, some peasants, and some well-educated men. But the sad thing was some did not have the free will to fight, especially lower class people who were under the control of their upper lords and like barons, etc. No barons. There were no barons. Like the higher lords, and some people couldn't even say, "I want to fight this." They were like forcibly enslaved. Some didn't even want to be in the war. They wanted to be neutral because they already knew the fact that there's no winner of a war. Everybody loses in the war. Wars are bad, etc. Which is exactly true, according to some people like me. And, well, what exactly happened was they got their own armies. They're like, stop fighting, and nobody paid attention to them, but they still did manage to not get attacked. But the bad thing was that families were torn apart. A royalist brother would sometimes be fighting a parliamentarian sister. A royalist father would sometimes be fighting against a parliamentarian mother, but it might be vice versa. It might be all across the family. Like your brother who you haven't seen like 10 years later. Oh my goodness, I'm fighting against a mother. I died. But the civil war just began starting, and after the first battle of Edgehill, probably, this would start to impact this a bit more. But that's a topic for the next video. The Civil War would rage on, Charles I would die, but who would win? Probably you know. Probably you already guessed it. But there's one thing we all know. The Civil War. It wasn't very civil at all. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Well, do check out our Humanities playlist and check out our channel on Boost Knowledge. Well, we do everything here on Boost Knowledge, from like chess, from languages, from sciences to humanities, etc. If you want more content on Boost Knowledge, just say it in the comments. Say it in my post sections. Just we want more advice from you because we post videos because of you. We posted history because history became popular. We posted chess because chess became popular. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and like for more. Share this video if you can. And we'll see you next time.